Hi, I'm Kirsty and I'm just going to talk about a few things that are in your veg boxes this week. We've got some celery actually. This hasn't been in the boxes for quite a while. It might be in a few of them actually this week. I think a lot of people perhaps don't cook it, and I sometimes think, particularly with organic celery, that it's quite often nicer actually cooked. I certainly prefer it anyway. Of course you can have it raw, the traditional Waldorf salad, and just sliced or served as crudité, very, very nice. But if you're going to cook it, sometimes with the organic celery, because it takes quite a long time to grow, sometimes the actual stalks are a little bit more fibrous. So if they are quite tough on the outside, before you actually eat it or cook it, you can just take the fibrous parts off with a peeler. If you're going to cook it, we have got a recipe on your newsletter this week, which is just to actually cut it sliced on the diagonal, and then it's braised, so you put it in a pot with some little bit of white wine and some stock. Just cook it before you add the stock and the wine, just for about 10 minutes or so, and then perhaps add some saffron strands and some tomatoes, and cook it down for about 10 minutes. We put it with some beans and some herbs, and it's quite a nice tasty dish. It'd be quite nice with some chicken. And if you're going to put it in the oven, another way of cooking it actually, and also would use up some of your other things in your box, if I can find them. They're in here somewhere. Onions, carrots, even leeks actually, to be honest, as well. You could use those as well. If you just chop those up, put them in a casserole dish on the bottom, just cook them off for about sort of 8 to 10 minutes, just until they're soft really. Then add your celery head, and you can put that in whole if you like. Just add stock. For one celery head like this, probably a couple of 100 millilitres would be fine. A little bit of vinegar, some herbs. I think there's a recipe on the website actually that actually uses anchovies as well, but obviously if you're vegetarian, leave those out. And then just bake it in the oven about 160, which is about gas 3, for about 20 minutes. And that's really nice as well. Or you could just literally chop it up and stir fry it with some ginger and some spices as well, and use it in a stir fry. And then beetroot, if you have kids that are really hating the beetroot, and you've made chocolate brownies already, perhaps this week try some beetroot crisps. If you've got a mandolin, which really, really useful implement anyway in the kitchen, then you can use that to slice them really finely. Just peel them, leave a little bit of the stalk on just to hold it, and just slice them very, very finely, or just chop them if you can, peel them, chop them very, very thinly. Put them in the oven just with a little bit of olive oil, and roast them in very low oven actually, for about, they might take up to an hour, and just crisp them up. And when they're done, just toss them in some sea salt to serve them, and serve them up as crisps. See how you get on with those. The last thing I'm just going to talk about quickly are the beans. I know we've mentioned these a couple of times before, I think, but there's a really nice recipe in the newsletter next week from one of our Riverford cooks, Lisa. And it's for roasted peppers and beans done in the oven. So if you haven't tried beans like that before, give them a go. The peppers are roasted for a little bit longer than the beans, but these can go in quite a low oven actually for about 15-20 minutes.